Before beginning this documentary, I had no knowledge about rough sleeping and the homeless community, although it's not something I had ever ignored either. I always wondered why people were so quick to jump to conclusions about people they didn't know or even bother speaking to. Most people I've spoken to assume that homelessness is begging on the streets and spending the money on drugs, or being drunk and causing trouble. I have been lucky enough to be welcomed into a homeless shelter, where I was able to talk personally with people that use the facilities, and it has opened my eyes to the utmost prejudices people have about a community that is intelligent, creative, wise and kind.
Sorry, Noy House or something.
Everybody has a different situation. I think you're beginning to realise that now.
Yeah.
I lived in the States with a husband who's now an ex-husband, and decided, okay, I need to divorce and come home, and I wanted to come home. This is my home. But what I didn't realise were certain changes in rules. And when I came back, I had a certain amount of monies that I'd saved, thinking, I could rent a place for months and put a deposit and then be working, because I'd worked, 60 hours a week. But to my surprise, nobody's going to rent to anybody who hasn't got a job. So basically on that day, I thought I can no longer afford, staying in a room. I'll save what I have and see where to go next. And so that night I was on the streets for the first time and realised, oh my goodness, this is going to be just awful. The cold is one thing, the damp is quite another. I think you get used to layering up. It's one thing you can tell with a homeless person. It could be a hot day or a nice day and we'll always have a coat. At night time, again, that fire is so important. It's not just the warmth of it before you go into your tent, it's the warmth inside of you that it brings.
It's built up my confidence again in meeting people, because it really knocked me, put me in a shell. I quit my job through stress and depression. I was in sales and it was targets each day, and it just got on top of me. And then one day the landlord turned up and said I'd fallen behind on the rent by 6 months, and he'd give me a week to come up with the money, which, not a chance. So a week later, out on the streets. Yeah, there's still a lot of people out there that think big issue sellers are basically beggars as well.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to get across that, we look at it as a job, which it is.
That's given me focus, actually. It's given me where I didn't have a hobby in life, and now I do. You know what I mean? Before I came here, I could play 3 chords, and I could play about 2 tunes. I've always wanted to do that, but never been asked to do it. So I've come down here, and we've got a band together and all that. And I've been stuck on lead guitar. I'm just a rhythm guitarist. Do like 3 chords and shit. But now I've got to do all the lead stuff, so... And that's not just me then, and then I've got a band who's going to be affected by what I sound like on guitar as well. I've got no bills, I don't have any stress, I don't have any pressure, there's nothing that's governing my time and what I've got to do with myself. You get a house, you're governed basically, you've got to pay bills, you've got to do this, you've got to get electric. So you've got to work towards that, so constantly your mind is on that.
Shoot them many